Welcome back everybody. With the release of iOS 18.4, Apple Home now supports robot vacuums, and even though there aren't many models offering the relevant Matter update to make use of this option, Roborock has begun the process of making this happen. Now in my case, I've got the Roborock S8 MaxV Ultra, which had the relevant firmware already in place, so it's just a case of waiting for iOS to drop and for the Roborock to update itself to let me get to the relevant Matter code. I need to go into the Roborock app and then go into the S8 for full access. Once there, I tap on the three dots in the corner to get to the settings page. If I scroll to the bottom, there's now an option labelled Connect to Matter Network. Pressing on it immediately brings up a Matter QR code along with an Add to Apple Home button. If I tap on the latter, it allows me to add the S8 to Apple Home right away and without the need for even using the QR code itself. So I've now got the S8 into Apple Home with its own tile. If I tap on it, it takes me to the main controls. These controls consist of an option to select the cleaning mode, which is vacuum, mop, or both. And I can also select the room or rooms I want it to clean, whereupon a list of rooms I set up in the Roborock app will appear. Whilst these should match the rooms set up in Apple Home, you may find some discrepancies regarding naming conventions. Going back, there's another small icon at the bottom that allows you to select between minimum or maximum speed, which should apply to both the vacuum and mopping options, depending on which one is being used at the time. The reason for getting it into Apple Home is to, of course, include it in scenes and automations, which you can now do within the settings panel. All the standard options are available, and if I go back a step, you can see I've already set up a couple of automations. The first of these involves the Aqara FP2 presence sensor, so when no occupancy is detected in the living room between 9 and 10 PM, the S8 will begin cleaning. Tapping on the S8 tile, you can see I've set it to vacuum only and to clean the living room and kitchen. I've also set the suction to maximum. What's cool is you can also do the opposite of cleaning within an automation. So in the second example, I've set it so that if occupancy is detected at any time in the living room, the S8 will stop cleaning. Unfortunately, there doesn't seem to be an option to make it return to the dock. Beyond these automations, you can of course create scenes for the S8 and trigger those scenes in multiple ways. So if I go into the living room and select my Nanoleaf Sense Plus Smart button and select single press for one of the buttons, I can then assign a scene I've previously created to the button in order to trigger the scene. Here's the scene named Vac, Mop, Kitchen and Living Room, so pretty self-explanatory. Now I've assigned that to one of the presses on the Sense Plus, and if you want to see what the scene involves, here it is. Vacuum and mop both the kitchen and the living room. As this is a scene, I can simply add more to it. So in this case, I'll select two of my air purifiers, the VocaLink PureFlow and the AirVersa PureL. I select these to both maximum speed, and that's all done and can be triggered via a single press of the Sense Plus button. Let's now see direct control of the S8 from Apple Home. So as you can see here, I've got the robot vacuum. I'm going to open it up. I've got it set to corridor and I'm going to vacuum it, and I'll just get it to go now.
Start vacuuming the selected rooms. Stop cleaning. Returning to dock.
So as you can see, for direct control, you can stop and start the robot vacuum. You can also send it back to the dock, and whilst it's cleaning, you can also change the suction or mopping speed on the fly as well. Of course, even though many features are going to be the same in Apple Home for different RoboVac brands, you may see some slight differences in terms of options, but hopefully you found this short video of some use. If you want to see the full S8 MaxV Ultra video that I did a few months ago, you can click on the link on the screen now. Thanks for watching and see you soon.